Are you going to honor or encourage your young people, younger brother, sister, son, daughter, grandson, granddaughter, nephew, niece, whatever it would be? Are you going to encourage them to obey Biden's draft, which is clearly coming? And you're saying, Dave, there's nothing in the news about this. Okay, let's go back and talk about will you send Patriot missiles, SAM missile systems into Ukraine? No, of course not. That was Biden when this all started. Will you ever send tanks like the M1 Abrams into Ukraine? Oh, of course not. We'll never do that. Pentagon denial. They laughed at people. Oh, it's conspiracy theory trying to undermine our assistance for the Ukrainian people. But we are going to do whatever we have to do, as long as they have to do it, to save Ukraine, even if it means sacrificing America. Okay, so there you go. There you go. Okay, they've lied consistently about the weapons that are going there. F-16s are next. We know that. We know this. He lied. Biden lied about this too. Or should I say Biden's handlers got him to lie with a prepared statement that he probably didn't know what the heck he was saying. But nonetheless, a lie is a lie is a lie. Oh, no, we're never going to draft. We have a voluntary military force. Oh, yeah, to fight a two-front war. The Chinese who were antagonizing and the Russians who were pushing into World War III. And a president who blocked a ceasefire that was brokered by ex-Israeli Prime Minister Bennett. This is what he's on the record saying. And the only condition was Zelensky can't be assassinated. Putin agreed. And Biden told Ukraine, you're on your own if you do this ceasefire. I think the intention is really clear. World War III is coming. And this country, with this leadership, is determined to have it. As you escalate your weapon systems, you move closer to a bigger conflict. Correct? Do you agree with this? I mean, it's just logical, right? Okay, they're not de-escalating. They're not having peace talks at the UN. Why isn't the UN demanding peace talks? Because these globalist leaders want that war. Otherwise, they'd be condemning the actions of both sides and say, come in here and talk right now. Okay, you'd bring in the ghost of Jimmy Carter, and you'd say, negotiate this peace. I mean, Jimmy Carter did a good job of some of that stuff. North Korea, okay, he was a good statesman after he left office. Lousy president, but a pretty darn good statesman. So, here's the question I have for you, America. What are you going to tell your young people? A phrase comes to mind from the Vietnam War. Hell no, we won't go. And personally, I have someone of draft age in my family. No, absolutely not. You're not going. No. Now, I think we will see widespread screw you. We're not doing it. Big middle finger to you. It's not appropriate, but that's how some people will react. I think you just need to say no and pray for the protection of Jesus Christ. Okay, so that's how I would handle it. Here's what Biden's going to do, or his people. Oh, really? Yeah, we're going to audit your taxes. We're going to come and we're going to throw probably 1,000 people in jail just to make an example of you, like the J6 people based on phony charges. Yeah, okay, we've seen that now. Okay, so having said all that, they will respond. But they can't jail all of us. They can't even jail 2% of the people that could potentially say no to this. We could stop this in its tracks and demand peace. Is Ukraine worth a nuclear war that could kill 5 to 6 billion people? Well, to some people who would like to see this happen, and there are sick people out there on a global scale who want to see this happen, they've made it really clear, the answer is they'd like it, but we can stop it. You just say, hell no, we won't go. That's one thing. Now, here's the thing with America and its mental state the way it is. You'll have a minority protest. Many of them will get thrown in jail. Okay, now here's another variable. If CBDC, central bank digital currency, comes in, you shall not buy or sell unless you obey this illegitimate government. Don't want to get drafted? Then you don't eat. You don't hold a job. You can't buy anything. Oh, and we'll extend this to your family members who might be supporting you. That's what the response will be. After that, this action takes its own course. I can't begin to predict what will happen, but I know it won't be good. Ukraine is not worth laying down American lives for. I don't care what Chuck Schumer says. I don't care what China Mitch McConnell says. I don't care what any of these rhinos, Democratic communists, I don't care what they say. Ukraine is not as important as America. It's that simple. And we've already seen resistance with the Secretary of the Navy saying we have to decide if we're going to defend Ukraine or America because our weapons are all going over there. And you're going, good point, Dave. Yeah, it is. I didn't make it. Secretary of the Navy did. What are you going to do, America? Tell me. What are you going to do? You better know what your position is and how far you're willing to go, because this day is coming. This day is coming. But I think they might wait until CBDC is in, because then they can really control the population and they'll test your resolve. You shall not buy, sell, eat, hold a job, do anything unless you comply with every dictate. You know, I read something from the World Economic Forum recently. They talked about the new era of politics we're entering, where we all have to agree on the same things. No dissent allowed. I think that says it all, doesn't it? You're going to need to decide, if you have young ones you love, what your position's going to be, and then you need to talk to them about their position. But I will say this, mine ain't going. I don't care what we got to do. And once you have that attitude, it paralyzes this government. They will have to back down.